There has been a cartoonish amount of drama coming out of this year's Streamer Awards hosted by Cutie Cinderella. Starting just a few weeks ago with uncertainty and doubt about how the voting is going, to the day of the awards, December 6th, where we had people that were getting pushed aside for other bigger content creators to do interviews, to someone rushing the stage and getting up on top and essentially doing a Kanye moment. But I think the more grave and serious controversies that have come out of this have to do with someone allegedly making threats towards one of the hosts from the night, and also now new claims of sexual assault coming from one of the content creators that was there at the after party for the Streamer Awards. Now, the plan is in a few days to make an entire video going over pretty much every other drama surrounding the Streamer Awards and just have it all in one place for your guys' benefit. But being that tomorrow I'm getting married, I really wanted to get that video out today, but I don't have a ton of time as I'm getting married tomorrow. Speaking of which, if you'd like to support my soon-to-be wife and myself, the best way you can do that is subscribing to the channel. I'm just as guilty as watching someone very consistently to a point that I don't even realize I'm subbed to them. I just get their videos on my feed, but it would do a huge help for me. I'll get to put a cool shiny silver play button on the wall behind me. But if you're already subbed, if you could just hit that like button, and if you're new here, consider also hyping the video. Just helps it get out in front of more people. But regardless of any of that, thank you guys for watching. Now, for the sake of streamlining this video, we're first going to talk about Tylil's allegations and the assault claims. And the best way to do that is to actually show this clip, as it's also going to be used to show you guys the other side of what was going on. And this clip is actually going to be useful for the second thing we're talking about as well, so just keep it in mind.
We've got another record breaker here tonight too, Kai Cenat. This year, as everyone knows, you broke the record for the most expensive haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you. Oh, and also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this mic, now turn this shit on, turn this shit on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
I thought it was...
Have a good night.
Now, that was Fanfan, one of the hosts for the Streamer Awards. There's some drama there revolving Fanfan and those jokes being in a teleprompter, etc. We're not jumping into it. But as you saw there, she gave the mic over to Tylil, and he was very clear that, you know, if you're going to tell jokes, at least let them be funny. You know, like a diss there. There's some booing, there's some clapping, cheering. A mixed bag from the audience from the sounds of it. The main reason I'm showing you that clip is a lot of people have been, you know, sticking that right next to the allegations that have now come out about Tylil, as he's pushing back on Kai Cenat being referred to and referenced as Diddy. That's a reference to the 50 Cent documentary, which came out about Diddy. And I do just want to say here that, yeah, maybe comparing one of those top streamers to a guy who went to court and was tried for, you know, trafficking prostitutes, a lot of like sex crimes that he's been, you know, alleged with over the years. It's probably not the best thing to compare one of your streamers to someone like that. Now, speaking of Fanfan, people have been using this clip and putting it right next to the allegations that have now come out about Tylil, because it's interesting for him to not find these jokes about P. Diddy and Kai Cenat, not finding that comparison funny. And that's because another streamer at the event, streamer Jourdin Pauline, apologies if I butcher that, cries as she alleges that Tylil SA'd her at the Streamer Awards after party and has since been trying to blackmail her. She revealed she was trying to be quiet, but it was affecting her mental health. I'm just gonna show you guys the notable parts from this clip here.
Sexually assaulted at a party, a Streamer Award party. And not only that, it's by somebody that you guys fucking love. And I'm tired, bro. I'm fucking tired, guys. I'm fucking tired, guys. People are evil and malicious. People think they can do anything. I'm literally like so disappointed in people because I think people are good people, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And they're evil. They're fucking evil, bro. And I'm done streaming. I'm done doing this shit, bro. This is gonna be my last stream because people are fucking evil. And it's always gonna be sides being chosen on. And I'm tired. I'm literally tired, you guys. I don't deserve being treated like I'm nothing. Like, what about my feelings? What about how I feel? You know? And not everyone is your friend. And you guys love the and as a woman, you always get exiled, and it doesn't matter how I dress, you guys. You guys know I'm asexual. I keep my body to myself for a reason. I am a temple. I do not share myself with people, especially if I don't know them. And it's really unfair to me because I feel like I make sure that everyone is in a good position and they feel good, and like, you know, everything was innocent. And I don't care how drunk somebody is, you should never take advantage of them. My phone was stolen and broken. I had no way to get home, and I was assaulted, you guys, by someone that you guys all love. And I'm so tired of this streaming shit, and I'm done, bro. He taped me. The reason why he stopped anyway is because I started boohoo crying, you guys. I was crying, and he taped me as I'm crying like this. He was like, why are you crying? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, because like I didn't want to, like, you know. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to talk to you again. I'm like, I don't care if you talk to me again. It doesn't matter if you talk to me again. It's the simple fact of like me not wanting to even go down that route because you have a fucking girlfriend. This isn't the first time I've been assaulted, but this is the first time I've been assaulted by someone popular and famous, I guess. And they think I'm not going to say anything because of who they are and who they know and what they do. But like I said, this is somebody you guys support. I hate men. I'm technically going to become, y'all thought I was asexual before. I'm completely, I hate men. Look at all these no caller IDs. I've been getting harassed. I already said it, guys. I already said it. Like, we've already talked about this already. We already talked about who it is. Whoever caught it, but I'm not going to say it because I still have to make sure my integrity and whatever the fuck else is secure. And then I will say the name of who it was fully. I already showed y'all the call log, chat. Y'all already know. If you already know y'all can say it in the chat, but I'm not going to say it out my mouth because niggas is trying to blackmail me and shit already. Like, I don't have time for it. Like, that's why I said I'm done with the streaming shit, because niggas thinking collab streams is gonna do something for me. And surprisingly, the other ones, a part of that team that he's in, the house that he's in, they're more respectful than him.
So admittedly, this kind of timeline that she lays out is a bit hazy. There's not a ton of information, but from what I was able to gather, she has some sort of encounter with Tylil. She clarifies that by showing the phone, and there's zoomed up photos of it being Tylil, as you saw in the video. But she starts it off saying that she's asexual, which from my understanding just means that you're not really into the whole sex thing altogether. It's just not something you're interested in. Of course, maybe this could mean something different for her. Like, maybe she sees that a different way. That's just my understanding of it. Regardless, moving on, she kind of jumps ahead and is like, the reason that Tylil was recording me, and we understand now that he had started recording during it because she says that she had started to cry. He then asks her, why is she crying? And she says, because I didn't even want to do this. And we have to do a lot of inferring here. There's a lot of like what she's just not willing to say, but I think the understanding is they were doing something sexual in nature. She starts crying, and then he's trying to figure out why she's crying. And so he responds to her saying this with, oh, I was going to talk to you. Like, I still plan to talk to you after this. I can only assume Tylil thinks that maybe she feels like she's being used as like a one-night thing at this party. She says in her video that I don't care if you talk to me again. I just wouldn't want to go down this route with someone who has a girlfriend. I think it's important to recognize, like, is this something that she knew going into this thing, or did she kind of find out while they were doing this? I can't really tell from that if she was interested in Tylil before she knew about them having a partner, or how any of that goes down. I'm not really interested in like figuring that out. There's just nothing to go off of there, so it doesn't make sense to just speculate on it. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. I'm very interested to hear if more information is going to come out around this, because it just really doesn't feel like there's a lot of details that really flesh out what went down. Not to say that we need them. I think a lot of people were a bit taken aback by her claims, because it didn't seem like she was going to the authorities with this. She was just going onto a stream. And so a lot of people were taking that as like clout chasing. She actually actually responds to a few. I'll show some of her tweets that she's now deleted, but she does confirm, and apparently in the long form VOD that I wasn't able to find, she confirms that she went to authorities with this information and her story as well, which I think is important in confirming that she genuinely believes that she was assaulted in this way, and she did go to the cops with it, which I think is the right step to take if you think that this has happened to you. Now, the last thing that kind of perplexes me about her statement on this stream is that she wouldn't repeat his name directly. And she mentions that she showed his name on the phone and she's not going to say it out loud because of like blackmail or this and that, which is confusing because if you've already shown the name, you've already like verified that, yeah, that's the person, the one that I showed you on it, you've already said it. Like you've already made the implication. If you're worried about a legal thing, you've already kind of confirmed and showed that that's who you're talking about. She mentions it's blackmail. I think it would be very clear to the people she's worried about blackmailing her that she's talking about them. Now, a couple of things as we continue through. The reason I was bringing that stuff up is the people covering this have mentioned, people are saying in the full VOD, Jourdin Pauline said she did go to the police and they already started an investigation. That apparently she said Tylil's name multiple names in the full VOD, but they're also still asking Jourdin to confirm any of it, as well as multiple people saying that she didn't actually say his name. So this still just isn't fully confirmed. But I want to also show you guys the messages that she had sent on her Twitter. These are a few of them. I could only assume it was her replying to some of the people talking about and posting about the claim she made on her stream. First one reads, getting S8 is clout chasing? Like, what the fuck? But if I KMS, then what? Y'all don't know how this shit affects people until it happens to you. I would never want to tear a black man down. I swear that's never my motive. I walk in love everywhere I go, but what I won't be is disrespected and feelings dismissed. My mental health matters too. Why would I keep protecting everyone but myself? Further on, she says, I have nothing to lie about. I would never put myself in this position. It shouldn't matter how I look or how I dress. It doesn't matter what a woman is wearing or who she is. We still don't deserve dehumanizing experiences. Stop lacking empathy. I'm a human being healing from real. It goes on, but we don't have it. And then why is protecting women and girls such a bad thing? You creeps rather wait until people are dead and gone to make it seem like you care. So, I mean, she's clearly in distress from people that are being skeptical about the claims that she's making. I wouldn't, blame someone in that position for feeling that way. Now, following that, it appeared that there were some clips of Tylil responding to the situation or making references to this assault claim. I'm not even going to play through the clips, but they're getting a lot of traction, like this one with 10K, but these clips are disingenuous. It was this one as well as a second one that was gaining a bit of traction here. Tylil refuses to address the Streamer Awards drama amid Jourdin Pauline's allegations that he essayed her at the after party. This is one of a few posts. I just saw XQC respond to this and multiple others, but there were a few others with multiple thousands. And this one here, the clip is taken from a completely different day/situation. Stop creating damaging narratives for engagement. Awful. Well, this previous one as well is not from the Streamer Awards. He's not mentioning anything about the Streamer Awards. This was him talking about stuff to do with Streamer University, which happened months prior to this. Here, just from the top comment here, well, this didn't age well. Homie knew he was about to be exposed for SA. This is a clip from Streamer University, not recent at all. As of right now, I haven't seen any responses from Tylil addressing this situation in any way. And so the only clips that have come up in regard to him making any mentions have just been fake, which is really shitty. I'm kind of surprised that they have made a narrative around this. It's very interesting to see these clipping channels doing this because this is like the most blatant and incredibly damaging thing that you could do to one of these creators is use these clips and maliciously or not take them out of context and start writing a narrative about how they're choosing to respond to this. For the sake of the people watching this video, those clips so far from what I've seen are illegitimate and are just straight up making him look bad and aren't credible. Last piece that I want to show you guys here also includes apparently Jourdin Pauline posting DMs of multiple women, it seems like, who allegedly also had a weird encounter with Tylil. One woman even referred to him as Diddy. They're claiming here, he made a speech saying, toast to you know what happens when we get the ladies drunk. Some like that. I was like, OMG, what is he, Diddy? And then another one, my first time I went to the Clover House, the very first thing Tylil said to me was, do you want to fuck? If you don't want to fuck, there's no reason for us to talk. He also refers to women they cast as groupies to their face, which is highly disrespectful. People want to believe what they want because of how people portray themselves online, but I know how he is in real life. I pray you get the justice you deserve. Now, she ended up deleting these tweets, so we don't really have any more info. I would truly say take this stuff with a grain of salt, as we have no way to confirm these messages in any way. I think it's quite peculiar, if we're just looking at it at face value, that there are other people that are now starting to speak up. You do see this kind of thing happen when someone in a place of power like a celebrity gets accused. More and more start coming out of the woodwork. Not to say that these allegations are true or anything like that. I'm just more curious to hear what you guys are thinking seeing this as well. But back to that original Fanfan clip where she made jokes that Tylil wasn't a super big fan of. Well, apparently some threats were made on Fanfan's life in the bathroom shortly after those jokes were made. Now, the post I'm showing you here is titled "The Stock Guy Talks About What Tylil Wanted to Do to Fanfan," but I should make it clear that the person who spoke out about this and has said that they would have said something in line with that, who we're going to show in a sec, is not Tylil. Their name is Dezz. They're another one of these streamers that have been around Kai Cenat, but let's just get started with the clip of him talking about what he heard in the bathroom.
And I think that kind of like did it. Oh, true story. I don't know if I should tell you this or not. So I'm in the middle, right? And I see them down there, and I hear the guy take the mic about, if you're going to tell a joke, at least make it funny. I didn't even get the joke or whatever. And then we went to an intermission. I go down, I go down to the bathroom. As I walk in the bathroom, I hear somebody come in and go, "Yo, fuck that bitch. Man, fuck that bitch. I'll fucking toss that bitch. Well, I'll fucking knock her fucking teeth out. How's she gonna suck dick with no teeth? Man, fuck that bitch. Who the fuck she thinks she..." And I was like, oh my God. And then he started saying some shit about, I don't want to repeat it, about some things that are assault-wise that he's gonna do. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, this guy really fucking, I thought it was a bit. And this dude's in the bathroom talking about he's gonna straight up fucking beat the shit out of her and do some horrible things to her. And I was coming out of the bathroom and I was like, "Yo, man, are you okay? Like, you good?" And he looked at me like this. And his friend goes, "Ah, man, he's just from New York." Like, normally it's none of my business and I don't get involved in it. But I'm thinking to myself, do I need to talk to somebody? Like, is this dude like just doing that? And then I realized we're also at a Streamer Awards and his boys are around. So I'm like, I gotta keep an eye on this shit. Like, he'll probably cool down through the night, but this dude really lost his shit. In the bathroom, this dude's straight up talking about how he wants to fucking, like, beat her up, like, break her fucking teeth in, and, like, and then like, obviously saying some shit, like, talking about beating the shit, like, actually physically beating her, and then moved on to, like, actual SA shit with her. And I'm like, dude, this dude is, like, taking this shit too far. So, like, I was like, I'm gonna keep an eye on this dude. If he, like, doesn't cool down, I'm gonna have to go talk to somebody, because, like, that's just... Like, I get that you're talking in front of your boys, but you can't say that shit. I really thought it was a bit, and then the dude just started losing his fucking mind. So I'm like, I don't even know his name. I just remember that I was taking a piss, and this guy was losing his fucking mind. I know Fanfan too, so, like, I gotta look out for her, you know what I mean? Like, some people take shit too far.
To undersell the claims he's making, that's pretty insane. So, pretty fucking crazy story to be talking about, that you heard about this, that Fanfan makes these just not great jokes, and that turns into someone in the bathroom saying that they're going to, like, curb stomp this woman for doing that. This stock guy goes on to later claim that amidst all this, he starts receiving death threats about talking about this thing in the bathroom. People saying, "We know what state you live in and we will find you." Don't need to show the full clip because, I mean, that's what he says in it, but let's jump over to the person who did that. Now, this is that other streamer, Dezz, that has worked with Kai Cenat. They were a part of Streamer University. And in this clip where they're denying the allegations around his name about saying this stuff inside the bathroom, he pretty much inadvertently admits that he's the one that said this stuff. And not only that, more so just clarifying the details of what was said and not really that he didn't say that shit.
I never threatened to hit nobody or women. I never said none of that. First of all, nigga said toss her around. Toss. The only toss I know is when we in the street at the churches, we toss back at niggas. Like, my niggas, my niggas toss at niggas. I'm not tossing nobody, especially a fucking female. If I toss anybody, a female is gonna be in the fucking bed. She'll get overly yarded. I'm not tossing nobody, gang. But what happened was, a person made a statement that was cruel, that was rude, that was inhumane. Y'all speaking on people's lives. Let's talk about, let's keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Diddy is fighting for his fucking life right now. He's facing real charges over allegations of murders, sexual abuse, trafficking, drugs, shootings, all kinds of fuck shit. And y'all play with my mans. One of my mans who, okay, let's say it, put me on. One of my fucking friends who believed in my dream and believed that I had something deeper in me to show the world Even though I'm not gonna feel a way about that shit. What happened was, baby, listen, I gotta go to the bathroom. I was in the bathroom and I said, yo, gang, she was dick riding my man Kai Cenat. She sucked Kai dick. And I said verbatim to Ralphie. I said, bro, she sucked Kai dick with teeth. Bad bitches don't use teeth when they giving the sloppy toppy. The reason why I'm describing it like that, because you jumped out there and cracked a joke. Even if you read it off some shit, you should know, don't allow yourself to do something like that, because it's not a game. Diddy is, and you talk about, it's not even that. Not even a Diddy joke. You said Diddy, and then you added documentary. So that means you were specifically on what you're saying. You're specifically trying to tear somebody's character down. What the fuck? Nobody said none of that about that lady, man. I got a fucking mother and sister too. Since everyone want to put their 1-2 sentences in. I got a mother and sister too that actually experienced shit y'all accusing me of. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? But I don't gotta put it out there because y'all don't know me.
So it was a huge misunderstanding, right? He said that verbatim, he said to Ralphie, who was apparently this other individual he was talking to, that Fanfan sucked Kai's wiener with teeth, you know, talking about the fact that she was being, you know, mean to him, comparing him to P. Diddy, all these things. As appreciative as I think many people are that you've clarified what exactly was said, I think, personally, I think that makes it look a bit worse for you. Now, maybe Dezz is also, you know, he also talked about that, no, I wasn't talking about like throwing this woman or doing that. And he may have been confirming that, no, you know, it wasn't that stuff. I was clearly, you know, talking out my ass with the guys around me because people were talking shit about someone I care about, like one of my close friends who gave me the career I have. Sure, that could be true. Now, admittedly, I'm inclined to believe that this stock guy that talked about this was being a bit more truthful than Dezz is. And that's because Dezz has a bit of a history with anger mismanagement. Let's put it that way. Dezz got angry at Streamer University, which is one of his big come-ups, you know, with Kai Cenat, where he straight up almost starts fighting, like physically beating the shit out of a 16-year-old.
Yo, hold on. Stop. I stop. Never say that. Whoa. Go in there, bro. Stop. He's a kid.
Fuck all your man's pussy.
Come on.
Grown ass man. All your man's pussy. Shut up.
All right, look.
Let me show my man something. All your man's pussy. And fuck where you from, nigga. I'm from Brooklyn. What you want to do?
Now that was just a little excerpt from even that group of clips. He just really doesn't know how to control himself. He's screaming that he's from Brooklyn to a 16-year-old that he wants to fight because he was pissing him off. That doesn't sound like somebody who's doing a great job at taking care of and managing their emotions. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Admittedly, yeah, there are two sides to that. Just going off of the context surrounding who that person is, or to the best of my knowledge, who that is. I don't really watch most of these creators. I haven't kept up with a lot of the Kai Cenat stuff up until this Streamer Award debacle. But like I said, there's plenty more to cover about this, and I plan to do so. Hell, I might even stream going over all the bits and pieces and making a huge video going over everything. That being said, I hope I'll be able to get that out come like maybe Monday of next week, after things returning to normal and then being a husband, which will be cool. I've got a really cool ring picked out, so that'll be nice. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Adios. Peace. Bye.